I'm going to prep my protein so that way it's done. I don't know how that sounded. That sounded horrible. Do it. Making your own bone broth is so easy. You'll never go back. You never go back to store-bought. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Thursday, and welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a nice cozy day at home, and I'm about to make myself some lunch, and then I am going to be doing a little bit of prepping. First off, I'm going to start a fire because it's freezing to me. My hands are ice cold, and I want to warm up the house and make it a little bit cozy this afternoon through this evening. So come along with me as I stay at home working and being cozy, and go from there. I don't know how that sounded. That sounded horrible. Anyways, let's get this fire started. And I'm eating lunch. So healthy. I will say that I have been working out, lifting twice this week, and it feels really good. So I lift again this evening, and I'm alternating cardio one day, lifting the next day, and I actually feel really good physically, but we'll see. I do need to take the carb stuff out of my diet still, and it's a process. It's an everyday mental process to eat right. It's not easy. You can't just say I'm not gonna. Some people can, but for me, I can't just say I'm not gonna eat carbs today. I'm hungry. I'm not prepared. I am not prepared as far as food to be available for me when I'm hungry like I am right now. So we're gonna do that. I'm going to prep my protein so that way it's done. It's in the refrigerator, so when I'm hungry, I could just whip out a container and warm up some meat and munch on that instead of pizza like I'm doing right now. So my hair's a mess, but that's okay. I'm trying a new little style that HRH did. She kind of did an updo, twisted it, and it's supposed to be like, look like a messy little, what did she call it? A tweaker look. Even though I don't do drugs. But I thought it was cute on her, and I actually like it. It's cute. It's cute. It'll pass. It'll pass for today. So anyways, let's go get this fire started, and then we'll start prepping some munchies to enjoy for later for dinner, because I'm on my own for dinner tonight. So it's just a dinner of me, myself, and I. And when I have to cook for myself, it's really not that much. But I'm hoping that this will encourage some of you out there that are trying to figure out how to stay on course, and having things that are like little nibbly bits. What does my husband call them? He calls them piggly bits. Available for you to just munch on, but it's healthy and it'll fill you up. So let's do that. But I'm gonna start this fire and take a bite of this pizza so I can get it out of the house and I won't feel guilty anymore. So let's get the fire going.
Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route.
Okay, I have the fire started and I can feel the heat already. It feels so good. So now let's go grab the steak. I'm gonna chop this steak into cubes and season them with chili sauce. I did that with pork chops not too long ago and it was really, really good. So I'm gonna try it with beef and see how that tastes. And then I'm going to, sorry, I'm just trying to move over here so that way you guys can see me a little bit, the lighting is a little bit better. Then I'm going to actually work on these pomegranates that you see here. They've been sitting there for a while and they're starting to dry. The shell is starting to get a little hard. I'm quite sure the pomegranate seeds that are, you know, that are still moist, but I really need to get those off the counter. So I'm going to slice those up, see how they're doing, put them in some baggies and freeze them. So we can use them for like smoothies or oatmeal, whatever. And the steak, pomegranates, and then I took out some more chicken. I'm really on a chicken thing right now. I don't know why, but I have another packet of the chicken garlic from Costco, and then I took a packet of just regular chicken thighs. They may be chicken drumsticks, I'm not too sure. And I think I'm going to season those up a little bit different too. I'm wanting things spicy. So you know what? I just thought of maybe I'll do a chicken curry seasoning for the chicken legs. So we're gonna do that. And then, oh, I have my bone broth. I made this back in March. My first time doing bone broth and canning them. I have 2 more jars left. So I took this out for lunch, but I realized that I still had pizza left. So I ate that for lunch instead. But I want to make sure I use up the bone broth before it, you know, expires. I believe when you can, it lasts for more than a year, but I'm just, you know, I'm just weird. I'd rather just use this up. So I think I'm going to either have this for dinner or I'm going to warm it up for lunch tomorrow. But I want to mention that if you haven't done your own canning, your own bone broth, I highly suggest you do it. Making your own bone broth is so easy. You just put it in water, the bones in water with loads of vegetables, and season it the way you like, and just have it simmer for about 24 hours or more, until the bones actually literally are falling apart. And then you just strain it, and then you can them. If you don't know how to can, I highly suggest you look into that. I don't want to give anyone advice on canning because I'm still learning myself, and I don't want to give you some bad advice and then someone gets sick. So I do think it is the most self-sufficient thing a person can do, is learn how to preserve their own foods. I've been doing it for over a year now, hence the reason why we now have a freeze dryer. I'm not freeze drying as much as I was hoping I was going to, but I'm going to change that this year. That's one of my things I want to do this year. That's one of my goals, is to preserve more foods, and also to grow more. I have 2 beds, and normally it's about a bed and a half that's producing during the spring, summer. But this year I want to have both beds fully on seeded, overseeded, and we also another section of my garden I want to do flowers this year. So yeah, so that's my plan this weekend too, is to go through the seeds, get the soil ready, maybe even plant some seeds and have them inside the house until they germinate and get strong enough to be outside, you know, when it starts to get a little bit warmer. But I want to get a head start on all of that because I really truly want this year to be, sorry, hair. I truly want this year to be more productive. Last year my garden did poorly, overall poorly. I did an abundance of jalapenos and peppers though, compared to the previous years. Last year was really good on that, and I actually still have some jalapenos on my plants, which I'm going to take those off either today or tomorrow. But my tomatoes did terrible. I only got a few carrots. So yeah, I want to definitely get the beds prepped more so this year and start seeding and more earlier this year, so that hopefully we can get a good harvest. So and you guys haven't gone through that with me, so that'd be a good thing for any of you who are thinking about doing the same. You know, we'll learn together. So let's get the steak on. Okay, I'm sitting you on the sourdough jar, which will brighten me up here, which I will show you what I'm going to do with that once I chop up the meat. But like I said, this is a cozy day at home, work day, and it's the end of the day for me, so I am just getting things situated so that way I don't do munchies. But yeah, so I will show you the sourdough in a few. But first I want to chop up the beef into cubes, season it up. I found the chili powder, oops, wrong way, chili powder, which I'm gonna put this on the beef along with onion powder and garlic. And the beef is already seasoned. I seasoned it last night so it can sit overnight and marinate a little bit, and then I'll toss all of it up in with some olive oil, which I prepared last weekend. I got these pretty jars from Amazon, and what I normally do is I will make my own flavored olive oil. This is garlic, and I also did red pepper, spicy, which I love this on bread or in my eggs. I top it up on salad, so both of them I do. So I'm gonna drizzle this over the beef and then just let it sit for a little bit, and then I will just fry it all up and then store it away in the refrigerator for me to munch on when I'm hungry. So let's do that. So these are New York steaks, oops, I have to change your battery. You guys are about to go out on me. So these are New York steaks. I think that's what they're called. And I'm just going to just make little squares out of them. Now, this is a pretty thick steak, so I might wind up cutting them in half. Yeah, I think I am. I know that they'll shrink a little bit when they start to cook. Okay, I chopped up the steak into little bite-sized cubes, into these little cute cubes. Sorry, really thirsty. Side note, this is so good. If you like sparkling water, it's slightly flavored. I suggest you guys try this brand. It's so good. All right, so now I'm just going to season it up with the onion powder and some garlic and loads of chili powder because I want a chili taste. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I just want it to be like a good chili flavor. You know what? I have this Hatch style green chili. I think I'm gonna put this in here and see how that's gonna taste. And I think I'm supposed to put in some, I'm gonna leave the red curry out because that's for the chicken. Is it cardamom? Maybe cumin? Yeah, let's put a little bit of that in there. This is the fun part about cooking. You just wanna try everything. All right, so now I'm just going to add the red pepper olive oil and the garlic olive oil. And we're just going to toss the meat into that. Just make sure it gets all covered with the oil and the seasoning. So I think I got it all tossed in there. And if you are not a meat eater and you find this gross, I am sorry. But I am a meat eater. And I can't wait to try this out. So we're going to let this sit aside. I'm going to show you what that looks like. See? So simple. So simple. So we're going to let this sit, let it kind of blend in all together. And let's move on to the chicken. I'm going to move this out of the way and then we'll tackle the chicken. Okay. Chicken thighs. There's only 4 in here. I am going to do the red curry, some poultry seasoning, a little bit of cumin, maybe a dash of ginger. So, I don't really measure anything. Most of the time I don't. So, take this with a grain of salt if you want to try something like this. Just don't overdo it with the seasoning, but don't underdo it. I know that just may not make sense to some of y'all. Oh my gosh, curry smells so good. You know what we're gonna do sometime this week? We're gonna make curry lentil. Fabulous recipe, easy to do. I'll walk you guys through it. But let's do this. A little bit of poultry seasoning, just a little bit. And some cumin. And then some salt and pepper. And I'm gonna just add a little bit of a dash of ginger. I'm gonna use both oils. And my chicken's still a little bit frozen, so I'm not going to use a lot of oil because as it continues to melt, the water is going to kind of help get these seasonings to be mixed in together. But this smells really good too. I can't wait to taste it. I have not done curry chicken before, so this is, I may be missing a seasoning or an herb, and it's a learn as you go. Next time I know that I should be adding something else to it. But let's hope the curry alone is going to make this taste really good. We're going to let that sit for a little bit with the beef. Okay, so now we're going to let the chicken and the beef sit for about an hour. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go put another log on the fire. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to feed the sourdough. And I will show you how I do that. Busy in the kitchen. I let that get a little bit too low in the logs, but that's okay, it'll find its way back up. And I just got to make sure I stay on top of it while I'm in the kitchen. Okay, so now I am going to feed the sourdough. This has been in the refrigerator probably, so the last time I made sourdough was several months ago. So she needs to eat, and I probably won't be able to make sourdough until this weekend, but I want to get it started. It's already active. It's one thing about sourdough is that when you think it's not doing well, I don't know if it's going to focus on that without focusing on me. It actually is okay. Now she needs more flour because that's what the water is. She's eaten up all of whatever it is that makes this work, where there's no more flour to feed her. So there's more water than it's watery. So I'm gonna add it into a larger jar because I need enough for the bread, which I think it takes 12 ounces of sourdough. So I'm going to move her into this jar. And then start feeding her. I am not going to discard anything. Some people say discard. I don't really discard my discard, if that makes any sense to some of y'all. That probably does not make sense to some of y'all who have not made your own sourdough bread. But she's still active. It's very bubbly. It's still bubbly, and which means that she's trying to eat. And I say she, I think a lot of people call the sourdough a her. It's the mother. So I'm going to just feed her and see how she is tomorrow. If she doubles in size, then I know that all is well. And I'll probably take some of that discard and use it for crackers or something. I've never made sourdough crackers before, but I would love to do that this weekend. And then I'll just feed her again until I know that she's at a point. I'll just keep doing it. So I'll feed her again tomorrow, which is Friday, and feed her again on Saturday, and probably make the bread on Sunday, or start her Saturday night. So right now, that's how much is in the jar. So, and I'm going to add probably about 1.5 cups of flour. So I just put in a cup. Let me see if I can get you guys down here so you can see what I'm doing. And you still probably can't see. And that probably doesn't help either, but I just added the flour. So what I'm gonna do now is just stir this in here, and that's just a cup, so maybe a cup is enough. As now she's pretty dry, so I'm gonna have to add some water. See how she's just not enough water. So what did I do with the cup? Oh, I'm gonna go get some water. And I think I probably did put a little bit too much flour in here for that, what I had left of my sourdough. So we'll see how it reacts. If it doubles in size, then I know I had enough active yeast sourdough in that jar, and I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just discard some of it, feed her, and then feed her again. But we'll see how this goes. I've been doing sourdough bread now probably for 3 years. Last year I did not make as much sourdough as I did the year prior. When did I start doing sourdough? Oh, COVID. I'm sorry, let's take that word back. We all know the lovely 2020 is when I started doing sourdough. I started off doing sourdough before I started making my own regular white bread. I have yet to do wheat bread, maybe one day, but my husband prefers regular old-fashioned white bread, so that's what I make. I don't buy it from the store. There's just so much crap in the breads in the store, and now we're finding out that there's more stuff that's disgusting in our breads, which you'd never think would be in our breads. So I'm thankful that I make my own bread. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna finish this off, and then we'll put her aside and see how she does. Just gotta make sure that it's all mixed in pretty well. And I think this also stimulates the older sourdough to realize that it's got food now. All right. So what I do, why is there a rubber band around my jar? You may ask. I put it where it's at, so that when she rises, I know how much, if it's half or if it's not at all, if she doesn't rise, then I know how active it is. So I'm going to move this rubber band up a little bit. Even though I still have stuff scraped on the bottom around but I tried to get as much as I could, so it is what it is. Here we go. All right, so I put the rubber band where it pretty much is. So we'll see how much she rises. And the higher she rises, the more active I know that she is. And then we'll go from there. So there's that. And I want to take a picture of that so it's part of my thumbnail. Yay! Oh, and then if you guys try to do your own sourdough, and I encourage everybody, let me get you. I encourage everyone to try and make sourdough. It can be, it's not hard. It's just when you're first starting out, it's the steps to get to a decent sourdough, but it's worth trying because once you figure it all out, you'll never go back. You'll never go back to store-bought. Never. So, so we'll check on this tomorrow or later tonight, depends on how long I'm gonna vlog. And you'll see where she is along with me. Also, sourdough should be in a warm, not too warm, but a warm, dark spot. The warmer the house is, the faster it will do its thing. The colder it is, the slower it will do its thing. So it's a little chilly in my house. That's why I don't think that I'm going to be able to really know much until tomorrow morning. But I'm going to probably keep her in the oven where it's dark, dry, and somewhat decent temperature. And we'll check on her in the morning and see how it's going. As cold as it's been here, I'm seeing tomatoes on my, look at that. I'm just like, as you can tell, I've totally neglected this bed because I honestly didn't think anything would be growing during our cold season. And I guess I was wrong. Look at this. Wow. I don't think there's anything on this one. But she's blooming. Look at the leaf. Look. Oh my gosh. So now I have to, this has to be priority this weekend. Look at this one over here. So the goal this weekend is to get it ready to plant. I'm not too sure what these are. If any of you know what these are, will you let me know? Because I have no idea what to do with these things. I don't know what to do with them. I'm gonna pick them and see if they're spicy. Okay. I mean, it's still blooming. Look at this. It's still giving me peppers. And my bell pepper plant, let me put this down. my bell pepper. So I was going to cut this back, and I thought I saw some flowers growing on this one. Maybe I was wrong. Yeah, I think I am wrong on this. So I'm gonna cut the bell pepper plant back. Okay, Pepper. Here's Miss Pepper. Yes, I got you on camera. I got you on camera. Yes, I do. Miss Pepper has come back to the flock. She was sent away because she was beating up on another hen of ours. And we mustn't have a bully in the flock. But the people who took her in, their hens, didn't like her. So she got ganged up on. And she's come back home, and hopefully she's learned her lesson. I hope. All right. Wow. I'm just amazed on the tomatoes. Really am just amazed. Oh, there's some red ones down there. Let me grab those. So this is Sugar. She's the one that was being beat up by Pepper. As you can tell, her little side ponytail now. But she made it through. She's my little trooper. Right, honey? Right, sweet pea? She's my little trooper. Yes. See, I'm the little trooper. So these are the peppers I just picked just now. Here's a closer look of these. I have no idea what they are. I gotta try and find the seed packet. I have no idea. So if you guys happen to know what these are, please let me know. I put little, those little tab thingies to tell you what you've planted, but over a period of time it starts to fade, and I have no idea what I wrote on there. I'm gonna order like the chalkboard ones. I'm hoping that will be better here, especially during our summer here, because it's so hot. It will withstand the heat, and I will be able to know what I planted and where I planted it. But yeah, if you guys can tell me. And what's weird too is that I'm getting this and this from the same plant, and I don't know if that's normal. So yeah. I have no idea. And then this, of course. But I think this is this. I don't know. I have no idea. These three right here are from the same plant. So if there's anyone watching this video and you are familiar with peppers, please let me know what I planted. So I have this. I have this. This I think are serrano peppers or jalapeno peppers. Those are probably the same. Then I got that. And then I got that. And then I got this. So yeah. All right, let's get the meat on. Okay guys, I am going to start on the beef cubes and put the chicken in the oven. So let's put you down for that. Yes, I didn't think that this was going to be a cooking video, but apparently it's turning out to be that way. It's turning out to be a cooking video. Hang in there with me, guys. I'm not sure if some of you guys like that, but I've been doing it, and this is how my day is going. Quiet day at home, and It's one of the things I love doing is cooking and doing things around my house and focusing on things that, you know, make me happy, like our businesses and helping my husband. Just all those things make me happy. So if this is encouraging you guys to do things that make you happy, do it. But it can't hurt someone else, and it can't be illegal. And you should always ask the Lord if it's the right path. Okay, so I put butter and the 2 oils in the pot. I'm just waiting for it to get extremely hot before I put the beef in there, and we'll just fry it up. And then the chicken is going to go in the oven, so I'm going to do that now while I'm waiting for the oil to get hot, which doesn't seem to be taking that long to do. I'm going to put you on my trusty little glass. Put the chicken, I'm going to do the skin side up because I love crispy skin. I think that's probably one of the best parts of eating chicken is the skin, especially when you know where the chicken comes from. But this unfortunately is from the grocery store. Someday, I would love to just buy fresh farm-raised chicken from a butcher or from a farmer in our area, which you never know. Hopefully that day is going to come soon. I would want a cow, even though I don't like milk and we don't drink milk like that. I would love to have a cow so I can have the fresh cream to make my butter. Okay, I'm gonna move my curry chicken onto its own pan because I don't want the garlic to overpower my curry. So I'm gonna put that there. So I'm gonna wind up using 2 pans anyways. And I have a fire that's gone crazy over there. Let's go see what's going on. It was just singing a song. I don't know why. Oh, such a glorious thing right there. Oven is ready. And I'm going to just drizzle a little bit of oil on top of that so that way these can be curry chicken. Here we go. Now we're on a roll, guys. We are on a roll. Get this back on the fire because it was getting too hot. I have still to do those pomegranates over there. Let's pretend like we do not see those. How hot are you? All right, that's good enough. Alrighty. So we'll let that fry a little bit. So
literally, y'all know I'm on break. By the time you guys watch this, I'm on break. But right now, I'm only doing it. Oh my God, this is fashion. This is gonna be an archive moment. This is not.
All right, guys, I just took the chicken out and I gave it a taste. I have to say, this is so good. If it's on the spicy side, which is exactly what I wanted anyways, so good. Definitely will do a larger quantity of curry chicken next time. If you like curry chicken, please make this. You will thank me later. I'm still waiting for the garlic chicken. Okay, I just finished washing the dishes and I'm gonna go make a tea, sit down for a little bit and look at the fire. And I will, I guess, catch up with you guys later. I'm not sure if I'm gonna end this vlog now. And if I am, thanks for watching. I know it was just a slow day of cooking and creating a fire in the fireplace. But yeah, it's just my day. It's, you know, it's Thursday. It's just, I don't go anywhere because I have to work from home. And just need to get my dinner started, and so that way I'm not munching on things. But yeah, so thanks for sticking around and watching me through my very quiet, cozy day at home. And don't forget to like and comment below if you would like to try the chicken recipe or even the beef recipe. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.